In this video, we're going to take a look at how you can cut or crop out a section of a recording. To get started, log into Blackboard, find the course whose recording you want to edit, and then click on the Tegrity classes link within that course. Once you have the Tegrity viewer window on screen, you will want to find the recording that you want to edit. In this example, we will use this first recording. It's called Editable Recording Example. Our first step is to actually make a copy of the recording. Now, this is not a required step, but it is a recommended one because within Tegrity, when you edit a recording by cutting or cropping a section out of it, it's a permanent change, which means if you've made a mistake, there is no way of going back. For this reason, we will first make a copy of the recording. To get started, let's click on the checkbox, click into the checkbox that's right next to the name of the recording, and then from the Actions menu, click Copy. Now, what I'm going to do here is essentially make a copy of the recording and copy it into a private course that I have. All users in Tegrity that are labeled as instructors within the course actually have a course called that's with their name. In my case, it shows my first and last name and lists it as a private course. We'll copy this recording into this particular private course, and Tegrity lets us know that it's been set up to copy. Next, let's click on the My Tegrity link. Clicking here gives you access to all the courses within the Tegrity system that you have access to. Let's now find our private course. It's listed way at the bottom in my case, and I'm going to click on it. Notice that the recording has now been copied over. This process may take a few minutes. I have a fairly short recording, so it was fairly quick. But what we are going to do now is actually edit this recording within our private course and then move it back to our original course. So let's get started with the editing process. To edit this particular recording, I'm going to click on the checkbox that's right next to it, and then from the Actions menu, I will select Edit. This should refresh the screen and bring up the Tegrity class editor. Now, notice that the recording is paused. I will go ahead and play the recording so you can actually see a couple seconds of the recording itself. If you look at the bottom here, you'll notice that the recording has 2 minutes and 11 seconds in it.
This is a sample video that we're going to be creating.
We will let this video play for just a couple seconds. And the goal of our process today will be to actually edit out the last 11 seconds of the recording. So as you can see, it goes through the presentation here. I'm going to hit pause and stop the recording. So what I want to do here is edit out the last 11 seconds of the recording. We're going to assume that I've made an error in the recording process and I don't like the last 11 seconds. So to do that, let's go down to the Actions menu and let's click on Cut. From this area, we now have to specify a particular time period that we want to edit out. Notice that the time is set up as hours, minutes, and seconds. So in our case, we actually want to cut out the section from 2 minutes to 2 minutes and 11 seconds. So to do that, let's enter this as 0:02 to signify 2 minutes, 00, as that's the start where we want to begin our cut, to 0:02 until the end, which is 02:11. I now hit apply, and Tegrity warns me that this process cannot be reversed. I hit OK. And Tegrity has now successfully cut out that section of the recording. Notice that the timestamp has changed, and our recording that was originally 2 minutes and 11 seconds long is now 2 minutes total. I now hit exit and return to the previous screen. Once again, notice that the recording is 2 minutes in length. This time, when I actually click on the recording and I play it back, you will once again notice that the recording is 2 minutes in length, and I can actually skip forward. And there were originally 6 slides in this recording, and we'll see that although I do see 6 slides, the end of the recording has been cropped off. So this is an example of how you can do a cut with Tegrity. Now, we're not quite done yet. Let's return to our menu for these recordings. And what we have to do next is actually copy this recording back into the original course where we want students to be able to access it. So we're going to do that in a second. We're going to check the little box here. And what I'm going to do first is rename this so I know that this is the edited version. hit OK. And next, we will move this recording back. So this time I'm going to use move instead of copy because I don't really want a copy of this recording in my private course. I'm just going to use move. And I will find the original course that I used to create this recording, which was my UMKC Tegrity Podcasting Sandbox, and hit OK. The recording will then be queued for moving. Once again, we'll use the thumbnail links up top to navigate back to a list of all the Tegrity courses that we have access to and find the one for the UMKC Tegrity Podcasting Sandbox. Here it is. We'll click on it. And notice that this recording is now in the process of being moved. So we'll wait for this recording to be moved over, but you'll notice now that there is a distinct difference in the terms of the duration of the two recordings. This is our original. It's 2 minutes and 11 seconds long, whereas the end recording is only 2 minutes long. So this is an example of how you can safely edit out a recording by first making a copy into your private course, editing it, and then moving it back. This may seem like an extra step, but it's well worth it in the long run because you can, if you do make an error, you can go back and fix it. Now that once this recording's moved over, I will no longer need this particular original recording, so let's go ahead and unpublish that. To do that, we select the checkbox there, click on Publish, and then switch this value from always to never. Hit OK. And you'll notice that the recording now says not published. So this is a safe way because you have a copy of the original recording in case you ever need to go back to it. But now the students, they see only a copy of the edited recording. So we can click on it again, and we'll give it a second to open up. And you'll notice that the recording is indeed 2 minutes long, as we previously determined. And the students are only going to see the section of the recording that you want them to see. So this is how you actually edit or cut or crop a recording. It's pretty easy, like I said. The first step is critical in case you do want to make a backup, but if not, you can always just directly edit the recording within your original course. That's the end of this tutorial.